Magandang umaga, my friends. This is Ernesto
Triple Barisa.
and welcome to our another reaction video. So, right now we are reacting to a video called Time Traveler Noah Reveals Future of the Philippines. So, if you know about him, yes, you might heard about him telling the future of the countries. Like he is telling that he's a traveler, showing things. He's showing photos and things that came from the future.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks he's crazy or just a fake or a fraud, but I guess it's true. So, but I have nothing to do all of it.
We're just gonna react.
Yeah, we're gonna react it. So, right now, because we are Filipino, so we've just heard about this him revealing the future of the Philippines. So let's see what he's telling all about here, shall we? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, bam.
Hello, I am Noah the Time Traveler. I am a time traveler from the year 2030. I've came back to this time from the future after a failed mission. I am here to tell the truth about everything, about how time travel is real and how the government is lying to you. I have so much proof to talk about. And I will be showing you guys as much as possible and showing you guys my predictions. Slowly by slowly, you guys will realize that these predictions are true. When I talked about India, a lot of people asked me about the Philippines. Luckily, I have been into the Philippines, but in the past, when I was time traveling for a mission. I have never been to the Philippines in the future, but I've talked with many people who have. And I can tell you exactly what happens to the Philippines in the future. This is going to be shocking. Make sure to listen to the whole thing, because I will be giving a bunch of actual predictions that will really come true. These are not predictions, they are prophecy. They will happen. First, Philippines is going to converge with other countries that are part of ASEAN. ASEAN is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It is going to be a big thing. I cannot say the name of this future country, but the Philippines will basically be like a state within this country, and it's going to be a huge thing. You guys are going to see this all unfold in the next couple of years, so stay tuned for that. The Philippines will converge with many countries: Brunei, Indonesia, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, Myanmar.
So wait. So he's telling that Philippines is going to be like, in a nutshell, ASEAN is gonna be a one big country.
Yeah.
Like all the country in the ASEAN will converge into a big continent of a country. That's I guess.
But just to say about the current studies or current conversation about ASEAN today, Philippines is not converging to any countries. They are under permissions to trade with other countries, but not to converge.
Yeah.
And they are not allowed to be one. ASEAN is an organization, not a country conversion.
I guess so. So yeah, let's continue.
Singapore, and finally Thailand and Vietnam. This will become one giant country, and there are plans for the whole world to become multiple countries that are merged together, and they will become like some type of districts, but they will be very powerful. And this is the plans for the future. This is what happens. Countries start merging together into one giant district. In the future, Philippines makes one of the biggest decisions ever and finally get rid of all the corruption and all the crime.
So that means Duterte's war and drugs and corruption will be successful. As you said, there's no more corruption and there's no more criminals. That's great.
Yeah. Wait to that plate. I have a contradiction.
Yeah.
We can't even solve our own problems in our own country, and now we are the biggest decision makers in the world. Shit.
Like the US doing some shit.
Yeah.
Like we are another US doing shit.
Yeah, US, China,
Okay.
Philippines becomes a giant utopia. It is the most unbelievable transformation ever. Country becomes into a huge utopia, and it's crime free. You might be wondering, what is this decision that Philippines did to fix the problem? Well, Japan was working on some type of AI police task force. Philippines was able to be the first one to implement it, and the crime basically dropped overnight. It was
So it's a RoboCop.
Yeah. Actually, Japan is not creating a AI police, and Philippines is not.
It's the future.
As
It's
Duterte, yeah.
telling the
As Duterte
future.
have said in his promise, he
Yeah.
will not use powers of other country to control our country.
That's legit. But maybe a product of Japan selling those kind of things, and we might doing that. He should say he should say that
Forgot to say
we use
something.
those
Philippines
things.
first invented the flying car, which will be reinvented again in Europe, and then it will be sold around the world by after 2 years. A
Wait, what?
Filipino inventor created it. We saw it.
Oh, like right now.
Yeah.
One of the biggest
I don't know.
and craziest things ever. It was all over the news, and it was huge. What else can I say about it? Philippines actually has really low privacy for a citizen. People resented it at first due to all the cameras everywhere, but like smartphones, people gradually got into it and like accepted it, and it became really good for the country. Philippines is an amazing country in the future, and the GDP and everything really go up overnight.
Yeah,
And in
that's true.
2030, Philippines just started a decision to actually implement brain chips into as much as people as possible. You can
What?
obviously say no to this, and they won't give it to you at all. But they're trying to give it to as much people as humanly possible. It helps so much. One big reason is if you were ever rushed to the hospital, they can easily find all the information on you, and has saved so many lives, like in the millions. This is what I could say about the Philippines.
Okay.
Honestly, I could talk a lot more on it, but I don't have enough time. Next countries I will be talking about are Russia and Mexico. I will be talking in depth about the future of these countries
Okay,
and tell you exactly what happens.
So, he's telling me that there's a brain chip that we're gonna implement that to us.
Yes.
It might help us to just maybe sample a crime or an accident,
Yeah.
or needed to go to the hospital. That will help us.
Find
So
information.
if from what they say means that Philippines is going to be gonna be the richest country, right?
Yeah.
And
The question is, our Earth. Every year passes, every year the Earth's getting destroyed. How could you prove that in 2030 our world is not destroyed?
well, he's still alive.
Yeah, look right now, 60% of the ozone layer is destroyed.
Yeah.
70% of the
Let's
ozone is
don't talk
polluted.
about the end of the world. Let's talk about the Philippines. So, in the Philippines, we are gonna be the richest country. Just
Yeah.
gonna be the zero.
Actually, the
Let me speak. Zero
crimes.
crimes, and that's all. Okay.
Yeah, the Department of Mines and Geoscience said we have $849 billion mineral reserves that is still not yet touched.
Yeah. So, if Philippines own those kind of things, we might be gonna be the richest, right? Like, look, our GDP is getting higher and higher every year.
Yeah,
So, I guess he's saying is right. It might happen,
yeah.
but it's still not sure if it's true.
Mm.
Because maybe it's a hoax. No one knows if it's real or not. It's just a random person with a blur in the face,
Yeah, like
and
Minecraft.
and selling things from the future. So let's continue.
Trust me,
Let's end
it's
this
very
video.
shocking. As well, my documentary is going to be starting to be uploaded on Apex TV soon, where I will show as much as proof as possible that I am a time traveler, from a lie detector to a map of the future to a video from the future to as well library pages that detail exact dates of future events. It's going to be amazing. You guys need to stay tuned for this. It will be one of the biggest things ever to surface the internet. These are 100% correct, and you guys will see this. I'm running out on a list of countries to talk about. I know a lot of countries to talk about for hours, but I can't decide. So you guys have to tell me which countries you guys want me to talk about the future of next. Each country has their own individual advancements that are incredibly shocking in 2030. So I can talk about any country and make it very, very informative. If
Okay.
you have any questions about time travel or anything from the future, just ask them in the comments below, and soon I will talk about them. I will try to get as much
Okay.
popular questions as possible so I can get you guys as much as info.
Okay, I guess this is gonna be the end of the video. So,
It's totally questionable.
so what do you think? Is this gonna be real?
It's
There's a
questionable.
50-50 chances, or maybe there's no chances.
First of all, if in the future there is a time travel, who would waste time to go back to the past to give information?
You have a point there. Like, just don't think about the past. Let's go to the future.
Yeah, let's
And
do
if you,
live happy
you know,
life.
there's a possibility.
Yeah,
Like, if you heard about, if you watch a lot of future time traveling movies, like if you go back time and change it, the outcome will change.
yeah.
Like in Phineas and Ferb, I remember that. And everything. There's a lot of things possible outcome will come, you know. So if he's a time if a time traveler who wants to inform us this, then I don't know why he shouldn't do that, right? Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you're new here, subscribe. This is Ernesto, and we're signing out.